Namaste. How are you today? Today I would like to share with you a teaching that comes from a man who was very special in my life. His name was Ken Keyes. Some people called him Ken Keyes, K-E-Y-E-S. He was from South Florida, and whatever circumstances in his life that had been created put him in a wheelchair. So he was either a quadriplegic or a paraplegic, I'm not sure which. And he had higher consciousness. And he wrote a book called The Handbook of Higher Consciousness. And it may still even be in print and you could get it. And if you did, you would be able to get a hold of this teaching. It's called The 7 Energy Centers of Consciousness. And what he did in 7 statements is based on the chakras. The chakras are energy centers that are in our bodies on the spine. And first he named the location, and then he named the chakra, which means energy center, in Sanskrit, a universal language that is not written, it is only spoken. And then he gave it an American or English name and a little bit of a description. So I'm basically going to read this to you. It will probably take me about 20 minutes. And I tell you, it's quite beautiful. And I think of my own body, and I visualize my own body with these chakras balanced, these energy centers balanced. And sometimes I have a massage with a particular therapist that does color puncture, and she's able to check to see if my chakras are in balance and to do various kinds of manipulation to put them in balance. So very often when we're feeling not quite right, it can just be a matter of a chakra out of balance. I know that's not common English language that we in the United States are accustomed to, but I hope you'll understand it and benefit from it. Statement number 1, location, the base of the spine. Sanskrit name, Muladhara. English description by Ken Keyes, or Keyes, the security center. This center of energy involves your acquisition and maintenance of food, shelter, and whatever else you associate with your security. In this center, one is continually getting what they want and need from the world out there. Carried to extremes, attachment can develop. Attachment to security. Most of us need a level of security to function in the world. Some of us are so independent that we create our own security from our own center all the time. Number 2, the reproductive organs, the ovaries, the prostate, the testicles. Sanskrit name, Swadhisthana. I may have pronounced that wrong. The sensation or pleasure center. This center of energy is concerned with providing better and more pleasurable sensations and activities. For many, this represents and shows up and expresses sexually. Carried to extremes, it can lead to not enoughness or lack of fulfillment. The sexuality center is basically what it's called. Step number 3, the power center. And if you think about it, most of us humans are caught up with our energy in the lower 3 centers: security, sensation, pleasure, or sexuality, or power. Location, the solar plexus, which is at the center of our bodies. Sanskrit name, Manipura. English name by Ken Keyes, the power center. And how many people, especially in politics, do you know whose energy is focused, concentrated, and sometimes stuck in the power center? When your awareness is energetically in this center, you are concerned with dominating people and situations to increase fame, wealth, name, and influence. Carried to extremes, it can lead to manipulation, control, and insecurity, as well as hierarchy. So think about that again. Those three centers, the lower three centers, are where most humans place their energy: security, sensation, and power. It is a good idea to practice raising the energy from those lower three centers into the heart. The heart is a center of love, preferably unconditional love. Location, the heart, the thymus. Sanskrit name, Anahat. Called in English by Kenkai's the love center. When energy from the lower three centers has been brought up into the heart and down from the head, one begins to sense oneness and unity and transcend subject-object human relationships. This is the beginning of love, especially unconditional acceptance of self and others. The affirmation to be repeated to oneself as often as possible: I, with your name, in this case, I, Serena, am centered in the consciousness of my heart. So I bring my energy up from the lower three centers to my heart and down from my head and my throat and my third eye into my heart. And I repeat to myself, I, Serena, am centered in the consciousness of my heart. Gratitude and forgiveness are becoming a part of daily living when your energy is focused from this center. Compassion for those centered in the lower three centers begins to develop. So instead of criticizing those people stuck in the lower three centers, you're beginning to develop compassion for them. And that compassion that you extend, which the Dalai Lama is so famous for, actually facilitates their growing into that place. Step number 5, the throat, the thyroid, the parathyroid. The Sanskrit name, Vishuddha, the mirror reflection center. When your energy is located in this center, you realize that your life and existence and this world is a perfect reflection exactly as it is, reflecting those lessons that you need for your growth and evolution. For the general public on the planet, this center reflects what the lessons are that need to be learned for the growth of humanity and all species of life on the planet and evolution. In this center, life is a teacher, and our task is to learn how to listen, interpret, and grow from our lessons. The constant moment-to-moment events and messages will reveal to us that which we need for our next step. Love and acceptance are the two key passwords. Love and unconditional acceptance of self, of each other, of the world, and of all forms of life on planet Earth. Step number 5, the 5th chakra. Location, third eye is often called, but it is the center of the forehead. And it's also the center of the hypothalamus and the pituitary, master glands in the body. The Sanskrit word ajna. The description by Kenkai's, the self-reflection center. When your energy is focused in this center, meditation takes place from where your consciousness can observe your mind and body performing in the lower 5 centers non-judgmentally, and free from fear. That freedom is a freedom which it really is wonderful to develop. Seventh chakra, top of the head, often referred to as the crown lotus. The top of the head, where the pineal gland is located. The Sanskrit word Sahasrara, the self-realization center. When you are living and expressing your energy from the sixth center of consciousness, you are ready to transcend self-reflection and become a pure, self-realized, or enlightened being, expressing your optimal full potential as a, quote, being who is fully human, end quote. At this zenith, you are one with everything, and everything is one with you. I am love. I am light. I am peace. I am joy. I am beauty. I am oneness. I am. Namaste.